GM Jim, welcome to this week's episode of the Deck Building Series. I'm your host, the Carpenter. Alongside me, as always, Big Brain Frog and fellow Big Brain Crab. Gentlemen, how are you?
GM, good morning. How are you guys doing?
We're here.
Yeah, do well, do well. Yeah, like I said, chilled weekend. Arsenal won yesterday, so I'm in a good mood. So yeah, let's go.
And real quick shout out to Tut. The wife's like, you should wear this shirt. I'm turned, yeah. Shout out to Tut for sending the sweet swag or merch, I guess. I don't know if the kids still say swag now these days. I'm such a boomer, but yeah.
I'm too far removed from that to tell you the answer either. I love that shirt though. I like that style a lot.
Dude, it's really like comfortable too, and like it's one of those things where, like it's like has that faded look or whatever.
Yeah, that's a snow wash actually. I used to work in the apparel industry, so I actually worked for a factory in China and helped them make all kind worked with designers and stuff like that. So
and most people that are listening probably do not know this. Not only does Crab know about apparel, but he's an entrepreneur. He founded and exited an apparel brand, if I'm correct.
It's true. Yeah.
See, that's why I said big brain. This dude knows his stuff. Yeah, man. Sorry, I said to getting onto apparel and then going there. I was like, yeah, I got to give him the shout there. Because not many people have founded and exited a company. You know, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was fun for sure. I enjoyed it. It was a long, hard 8 years, but and we were also a smaller regional brand, but still a cool experience.
Heck yeah, man, that's awesome. But yeah, gents, I know we haven't brought this up in a while, but yeah, how'd you guys do in last week's tournament? I did okay. I seen there for a minute. HK was like just in first and second in silver for a minute.
Yeah, no, I did well. I had a good start, like I said. It was first and second for like the first 12 hours, I think. But I think what happened last week was every 3-star that you can think of that hit the top 20, right? Like, and when that happens, you're gonna get like so many high-scoring decks. Like, I think if you got 5,000 points, you might not even come top 100. I have to check that, but it might have been like
it's crazy. I was in 60th with like 5,200 or 5,100 or something. I was like, what the heck is going on?
So silver was insane, right? Like, I ended up with the 2 decks in the top. So my highest deck was 6th, right? Well, first of all, I think we'll touch on Carp saying Legendary was doing well, and he actually did okay, right? Like, I think Legendary got 76. He started off very well, like he was in the top 20 for quite a long time, and then slowly, as other heroes did well, then he kind of faded away. But Intern being the 1-star came in the top 15, so that really made the ceiling higher. Tony, I had in a lot of my decks, and he was top 10, I want to say. But yeah, overall I had 7 decks in the top 100, 3 in the top 50, and I got 0.18 ETH. But at one point I was like at halfway through, I was like at 0.3, and I was like, oh, please hold. And it just kept on going down every hour, and I was like, oh, great.
That's how mine was the week before last, when I had a first place, and even when it was in the top 3, like it went from like first for the first like entire day, and then it was like, I think it was even like the first 2 days when I was in top 3. I was like, oh, please, let's go. But it was like one of those weeks when like none of the heroes that should have been posting were posting, and then they posted and realization hit, and I finished in like the top 50 or something. But
the heartbreak of watching yourself fall out of the top spots in the last 24 hours, even the last like 12 hours, and not being able to hang on, especially when you know that there's at this point, like there's no coming back. It's like a one-way direction. That's a brutal feeling for sure.
Absolutely. Crab, how'd you do last week?
I think overall I was below average. I ended up with like 0.163 ETH, and I had like about 4,100 frags, but I think that it was a little bit of a unique week. I think like you were talking about in terms of just all those 3 stars and stuff going off, and I think I I'm actually not upset with my week because I think I actually gave myself a really good chance to come in top place should certain things play out, and I diversified across, and it didn't happen. But I do think I don't regret my decisions, if that makes sense. And
Right.
Yeah.
a lot of mid decks as a result. Like I didn't have any that I really expected to do well that completely bombed or anything like that. But you know, a lot of 0.02s,
Monster.
0.1s, 0.04s. Like I think a couple of small things could have made a massive difference. But yeah, no regrets. Didn't turn out as well as I thought.
Yeah, I think it was always going to be tough because when you've got like I've just looked now, like 5 4-stars are hit 700 plus, and then if you look at 3 stars, I think it was in 3 stars. Sorry, yeah, 4 of them hit 700 plus. So 5 4-stars and 4 3-stars hit 700 plus. When that happens, like you ultimately think like a good 50 players are going to be in for the win. So like it's always gonna be harder to get the win or even come like top 5, top 10, right? And then you add Intern as 1-star hitting the high score. So like even if you have a good deck and that did well and the thesis played out, it's a very good chance that that even if it played out, you still didn't do well, right?
Absolutely.
And that's what yeah, go on.
Oh, and I was going to say, and on top of that, I think my like tried and true 8 stars that I was really expecting to come through and that have been super consistent actually didn't do terrible, but were off their top marks, which would have made a huge difference had it been similar to prior weeks. So
yeah, and I think a big reason for that is I don't know if others caught it, but Greg and Jakey kind of got the field, and what happens when 2 heroes got the field on the day 1? It means that every other hero will struggle to reach a certain score as they usually would do. So as you saw, Cochrane was around like top 15-ish. He wasn't near the top 5. It's because he wasn't nowhere near, like, he didn't get one post that really hit viral, that had viral potential. I mean, he hit 6 figures, but I mean, Jakey hit 10, 15 million on a post, right? On day 1. Greg hit 10, 15 million on a post on day 1, right? And when stuff like that happens, ultimately the gap between the top, very, very top heroes and like even the top 20 guys is quite big. So yeah, it kind of ruined my tournament in a way. Because then usually I rely on Cochrane doing better than Greg, but then Greg just kind of wiped the floor right early on. So yeah.
Yep. Yeah. How about you, Carp? Overall, how'd you do?
I did better. So I was doing really well, and it went to crap because I thought I was gonna do really well. Like I aimed for like quite a bit like lower than you guys in like power of my cards and decks. But so I aimed for like 0.05, like 0.1 to 0.05 ETH. And I was right around the 0.1 for a majority of the tournament. And then, as always, I wet the bed. My heroes wet the bed, or other heroes did really well. We'll go that way. But they ended up with like 0.035 ETH and some frags. Turned the frags into cards and decided to deploy those cards into more decks. But yeah, and then. Which reminds me, I still need to put in my King of the Hill here later. I'll just do it on the show at the end of the show. So, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, likewise. I saved a little bit of frags to do one as well.
That's good.
I think that's a good transition into, I guess, next week's tournament. King of the Hill. Shout out to the Malt who won 18,000 frags for winning.
Dude, that is huge. It's so crazy.
What did
the funny thing is, the way he found out he won was he saw a claim button after the tournament ended, and he was like, "Well, where are these frags coming from, right?" And then he goes back to King of the Hill, and then he realizes he's won the King of the Hill. So it was pretty funny how it played out, right? I mean, I wish I could have that feeling where you just had 18,000 frags spawn into your accounts.
Yeah, exactly. First instinct is like, is there a bug? And also, it's kind of ironic because he's the one that's created the rewards board to track for like week to week and how you're doing on different stuff as well.
I think with King of the Hill and its last minute changes, you just don't know what. Like, even I don't check on the last day because I assume I haven't won anything. But yeah, sometimes crazy things happen on that last day. But yeah, on to next week, right? The first thing that stands out here is Alon is a 7-star, but he hasn't posted in the last 7 days, so it is just hard.
Put him in reverse. Wait. I was kidding.
Shoku Ailo pretty much out still. Shoku's on private as well, so kind of a double whammy there. Doombug hasn't been active since she had a good run, right? Like a 4 or 5 week run of scoring. Now she's a 1-star and decently priced relative to the floor. I do think she's probably going to be one of the strongest options this week, given she's active,
Doombug?
right? It's Doombug.
Yes, I picked some of her up. So
Yeah,
bad. I didn't have your article to read on.
I noticed that recently she changed her PFP because I was just looking a little bit before the show and just checking the 1-star's Twitter accounts just to look at recent activity. Do you know if that was in the last like week or so, or was that just done before?
Let me ask my wife because my wife's actually Doombug. No, I'm just kidding.
No. No. Doombug actually changes the PFP quite a bit. Like I just have the naughties on just because so I know when she's posted I'm gonna get a score, right? But
dude, I don't know why, but I heard. I know you said noties, but I heard naughties, and yeah, I don't know why. Like you have the naughties, and I was like HK.
But no, the PFP she changes quite a few times, right? So I'm not like that. That doesn't give me any more of an indication she'll post, but
okay.
I like I said, I do think I will be paying like a few good decks just because
like. Do you have her rare or do you have a lot of comments? I know you generally do a lot of comments for a lot of.
Yeah, I got 6 comments, but then I got 2 rares. So like,
how do you do it though? Like, how do you not upgrade them? Like me, the gambler degen in me, like outweighs. Like, especially in fantasy, it outweighs or like it wins my analytical sided mind. Because I like to say I think I'm more analytical than degen.
I think
like in fantasy. I always want to upgrade. So I'm like, I might get a legendary.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie, I had that feeling. When the prices were dropping, were crashing last week, and I was like, let's just forget this. Let me just upgrade everything I can. And I was on a streak of like 10 upgrades, right? And then I stopped, right? And I realized, I'm doing this is stupid.
But the momentum kicks in hard, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. Because once you do one, you're like, let's start doing another. But like,
I've even been on like.
Go on.
I've even been on like burn kicks where I keep burning, and then all of a sudden, like you get down, and you're dwindling, so you start choosing border heroes that you maybe shouldn't burn. And in a couple weeks, it comes up and like, I probably should not have let the emotion.
I've done that so many times, bro.
And then the worst thing is that hero that you burnt does well the next week, and it's like, what was the point of doing it?
Yep.
I burnt like a rare, I want to say like a Hugo a few weeks ago, just because I was in the momentum phase, and I knew at the time it wasn't a good decision.
Bad crap. Anyways.
That worked in my favor, not upgrading, because I had 10 Hugo commons last week that was in decks, right? Like, so ultimately that worked in my favor because he hit the top 15, and I benefited. Not every deck was optimal, but at least I know I placed him in good decks, right? But yeah, no, the reason why I keep multiple commons is because, for example, like last week I did, like Feja was the best 4-star, right? And I had 5 commons, and I was like, oh yeah, he might not do well, so let me just upgrade and put him in one deck, right, in silver. And in hindsight, that probably was a bad thing because that means I only had him in one good deck. So instead, I could have had 5 commons in 5 decks, right? And it would have probably benefited me more overall. But I kind of like weigh the options that way, basically.
No, it does depend on the use and and also which deck really might need it on the week. But even though I guess that's a short-term solution for a long-term strategy, I guess. But at the same time. For me, I think it does come down to like over rewards. When you get enough frags and you just keep burning them for jade packs, over time you get a certain amount of commons that you're like, well, I can't realistically use these in enough decks, or even if you do, it might be a high risk play, and it doesn't make sense to play that many risky blades across your decks, and that's when I in particular will look to burn. And so actually a couple weeks ago for Dunebug, I'd had so many Dunebugs, I ended up buying a few more just to upgrade to the
I
epic.
thought you were
but-
gonna say burn. I was like, no.
No. I'm not. I didn't get that in the motion for it, but no. So I did upgrade to an epic, but it was because of this like over time, this just buildup of commons.
Yeah, no, I think I'm the same. I tried to keep at like 5 to 10, and then after that, I'll just upgrade basically. Depending on who the hero is. But yeah, Makes back to 1 star, and I have a feeling he'll post now. As you can see, he's posted as well, so I feel like he has to post this week because he'll be back to 2 star the following week. So
Yeah, because he didn't post last week. It was weird.
Yeah,
because I
wasn't it
remember
2 in a row? He was
yeah,
a 2-star last
he was
week,
a
right?
2-star, yeah.
Thursday.
So what he
Just for-
did is he
His
the
door
prior
closed.
Thursday he posted, which meant because we had so many heroes that blanked, it meant he became a 2-star, right?
Mhm.
Now, because he was a 2-star, he probably thought that like I won't have a competitive edge, right? Compared to other 1-2 stars, right? Because you're competing with more heroes. So then he probably thought I'd blank again. Now he's back to a 1 star. And I feel he'll have to post this week, right? Because then next week
Because
he's
he
gonna be a
just did.
2-star again because he posted, right? So
Yep.
uh
And so he's basically just flipped his on and off weeks at this point with like 2 off weeks.
yeah, potentially, right? And with him, I don't, like I said, I don't know what the ceiling is now because like his highest ranking has been like 118 in the last since October, right? Like I think it's no higher than that. His cap is around 300, probably 350, which is like not the end of the world as a 1 star, right? Especially if Beanie doesn't post, because since the last episode, Beanie has not posted, right? So, and he hasn't given any sort of hints or any reason that he's gone away as well. Like,
Especially this is where he thrives. We're in like prime bear
yeah,
territory. This is when he
This guy-
tells us that nothing is coming back and we're all
Yeah.
idiots.
I told you
And-
so. Like, I don't on the
Exactly.
tier, like that sort of.
This is
It's-
Dunk prime time. I'm kind of surprised he's not around.
Yeah, likewise.
But yeah, I do see
Like,
your point
of
overall.
course, like,
but-
he might have made a loss. Yeah.
sorry, your audio
His
didn't
bio
come through.
says.
You were cutting out a bit there,
uh,
bro.
Oh, did I?
Yeah, yeah.
Am
you
I
went,
okay
you
now?
went Mr. Roboto on us.
I think you're good now. yeah.
On his bio, he wrote, "My passion is discovering special assets that can result in lucrative returns or losses. This is very risky." I don't know, like if he had that before, but
I'm not sure.
so
either.
maybe he's just sitting idle and making money somewhere. Yeah. Web3 Quant's kind of like just stuck to updating on his website more than
Yeah.
X now.
Oh. Yeah.
So all in all, I don't think I'm really that bullish on 1 star. I don't know about you guys. I know. Okay, sorry, DB. I think I missed DB, right? Because
Yeah, but
DB
DB
is
sold his
actually-
account.
it's po-
I still believe that. He sold
but he
it.
yeah, I actually agree. I agree. Because a lot of his posts aren't really news; it's just screenshots.
Like it is the
Shot
way
and
he posts is
commenting.
completely different, man. He
and
used to
yesterday
actually
he
be
did
like a
post and
legit source of
he-
news, right?
Sorry, I think one of you's
Yeah,
delayed.
yeah. He used to have like just in.
HK, the audio is kind
I
of.
think
cutting in
it's
and
me.
out.
I'll mute myself for a bit. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna mute myself for a second. You guys carry on.
Oh no, I want you. I wanted your intake. I just didn't know if there was something we could do for your to help
Can,
on your end.
can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
I can hear you okay.
Okay. Yeah, no, I think the way DB screenshots his. Is it still there?
It's doing it again.
All right. Okay. I'm gonna probably have to rejoin anyways. See if that works better. Well,
Yeah, did it again right there.
Every time I think he's back.
Yep.
Uh,
It's like
so
am I back?
maybe I can hear you. Sometimes I don't know if it's delayed, to be honest. But
Likewise. Try and say like a longer sentence.
I don't know what to say, but I think I'll have to
About
check.
DB again,
Just have to. Yeah, I won't say that. I'll
'cause
have
we
to
didn't
check.
hear
I
any
think
of
it's
it.
delayed. It's delayed. It's delayed. I have to leave the studio and then check.
Maybe I can give my quick DB, or at least what I've noticed about DB, and then you can jump in, HK. So one thing I've been looking at is I've been looking at the trend and a little bit, and I want to say over the last few weeks, there's been a couple times where he's been a little bit more active. It seems like posting once every other week kind of thing, and unfortunately, that he posted just yesterday, so that throws off a little bit of the what you'd hope would be momentum into the tournament. It's definitely inconsistent though. In over the long term, and the short term, I just noticed that over the last like month or so. I guess the one difference is that he's not completely AWOL, which he has been for a while, but is still in a massive risk. And I think that's one thing I noticed about the 1 stars in general this week. Um, let me see if I let me see if I can attach my screen here. Share my. Are you still there, Carp?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Man.
So
Oh wait, hold on. Yeah, let me see. My bad. Let me get you. Yeah. Say, did that not? Let me retry and send that admin stuff for you too.
okay.
It must not have went through. Oh, I see why it didn't. I just left the R. I only put one R in there.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, there's a few.
Yep.
So the 1 stars overall, I do think that there's a few different options for this week. Like we were just talking about DB, he's not completely AWOL every other week. DCF God, that's one option. We actually touched on this last week, and he had completely deleted his all his prior content. He changed his.
Did he ever make that post, like a big post about why he did it?
He didn't, and that's actually what I love about that is oh, he didn't make a post about maybe why he did it, but he did have like this this one big return post. And actually last week we chatted about sometimes when heroes go, kind of dark after that, there can be this one big reflective post that hits it. And he did have that post. I think it came after the tournament, which maybe didn't help, but I think that was HK that made that call out as well. So
Am I back?
he hit the nail on the head.
Yep, you're
Hey,
back.
HK, what's up?
What's up, bro?
Yeah. I just had to restart everything. So yeah.
Okay. Well, it sounds like you're back.
Crap,
There's not a
sent you
delay.
check your email too. I sent you that thingamabobber with it spelled properly. I just copy pasted it instead of trying to type it.
Okay. Yeah. I'll check it out.
And then you should be able to well, once you accept it, you'll have to like refresh or whatever to be able to actually and then you'll have a way different view. You'll actually be able to like see, instead of just seeing yourself at the bottom, you'll see me, yourself, HK, and then anyone that's sharing their screen. And you'll be able to move people up and down.
Okay. I'll try to refrain from I'll do as little as possible.
Like, shut up, Carp.
No. Oh, HK. So actually, I was just kind of going over 1 stars in general this week, which I was saying overall, it does seem like there's a decent amount of potential options, but they all come with pretty big risk. I think Nakes is the only one that bucks that trend a little bit. And in particular, I had moved on to DCF God, which I think you flagged last week that had deleted everything, changed bio, and then or deleted previous history, posting history, changed the bio to something that signaled they might not be back for a while. And you actually had flagged out that sometimes the one post after that is kind of like this big recap or reasoning.
Yeah.
And it hit post tournament, and he did. So I don't know if that makes him more or less likely to post this week.
Yeah.
But,
I think it makes it more likely than last week, but I still feel he won't post because first of all, the market's terrible. Nothing's really happening next week. There's no TGE. There's no DCF cap seeded. I doubt anything launches next week. So like I said, I'm not gonna be like crazy with DCF and play him in pretty much every good deck, right? Like I said, I will play him in like 1 or 2 good decks just because you you still have to play him, right? That's how it goes with 1-stars. But yeah, I agree. Like I think all the 1-stars are pretty much risky or have a low ceiling. So ultimately, like it kind of takes us on to 2. So, but if you in your King of the Hill, who would you pick? I guess.
Tough decision this week. I think if I had to choose just one, I would be between DCF God and Dunebug, and I think it just comes to maybe a higher. I think I would do Dunebug just because I think that if that
Yeah.
hits, if she hits, that there's just a probability of a higher probability of winning it given the upside.
For sure, yeah. No, that's a good pick. How
about you?
I lean towards that way as well. I think if Dunebug posts, I can. Oh, it's happening again.
It's happening again, bro. I just didn't want to say anything.
I could tell from your reaction.
Yeah.
Uh,
I was also itching the inside of my top lip with my tooth, though, too. So I'm trying.
Is it any better now?
That's better on stream than like sticking my finger in my mouth and stuff. Usually when my internet is being slow, it's because like the kids are on the PlayStation 5 and their tablets and their phones. Like my 12-year-old will have her phone, her tablet, and the PS5, and only like looking at her phone, but she'll have them all on like streaming stuff. So I'll be like, kids off the Wi-Fi one at a time.
Is it any better now?
I can hear you.
Better.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Yeah, I think we go to 2 stars.
Yeah, and I think the transition that you're about to make is exactly what I was thinking as well. It's like it's one of those things where especially I might take one of those chances more in bronze decks, just given that the 2 stars is pretty bleak this week, at least in my opinion.
Speaking
that
on your bronze decks, when you say that, so I realized this just right before we transition into 2 stars. When you guys put in your decks, do you guys like put in the decks that you want to use for the jackpot first, or do you go back through and edit it? Because myself, I completely forgot about the jackpot until this week when my wife was like, why do you have your, because she came on and looked at my computer, she's like, why do you have your jackpot decks as this? And I was like, I forgot about it. Like,
Gotcha.
it's always
Yeah.
been silver. So I need to change it to bronze, because bronze is clearly the one that's going to hit when it hits.
Yes, absolutely. I generally do all my decks first, my bronze decks first, and then I'll go back after. And I very similarly
Okay.
have also kind of forgotten towards the end, and then it is one of the last things that I do before things go live, because I don't add frags and do multiple. I do the 3 free.
Yeah, that's what I do.
It's just I think the probability is so low that it's just, and that there's no secondary prize, as I've mentioned several times. So
Yeah.
it doesn't seem like there's upside. It seems
Secondary
like
prize would
wasting
help a
frags.
lot. Like hitting 4 out of 5 would be in. Like,
Funny enough,
even
last
3
week,
out of
so
5.
Even
So
3 out
I
of 5
saw-
with a much lower payout. Like it just
Nope.
give people
Even like a
hope.
grand or something.
Yeah, you have there be something to play for, because there's nothing, like the probability is just so crazy low that it doesn't make sense to spend there. That's my opinion.
Can you guys hear me? Is it
Yes,
better?
sir.
Yeah, you're good.
We hear the beautiful accent.
No, I was gonna say last week it was actually 4 out of 5. I don't know if any of you guys seen it.
Whoa, really? Who hit it?
So they needed was to outscore Tony. Sorry, yeah, to
And they would've
outscore
won?
Tony, and they would have won the jackpot,
The
85,000.
jackpot?
Yeah, the jackpot. It was
Whew,
4 out
that's
of
at
5.
90K right now too.
So let's see.
So that's King of the Hill. It was
Oh,
the
whoops.
main
Yeah,
jackpot.
my bad.
It was the main jackpot that was
Who was it? Was it some random
Roach.
Roach, yeah.
No,
Oh,
he's,
yeah, no,
yeah. Can you see?
he's
Was
a
over Tony,
player.
and everything else was perfect. Like,
Oh, bro.
no one's got that close since the jackpot began. So
Travis was sweating.
Pretty-
I'm just kidding.
he definitely was. Like,
I bet he
no
was.
kidding there. 85,000.
Nobody's
That's a
supposed
lot.
to win this.
Bro, that's nuts. Roach was probably like, if I was
I know,
Roach, bro, I
Roach-
would have been like, Waz, please, I'll split it with you. Waz,
Yeah,
come on, baby.
he
Close banger.
he actually DM'd Waz in the morning, I think. Like, but I think Waz saw it late. But like, I think at that point it's hard to hit a
Waz
banger.
definitely
anyways,
would have
but-
helped.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
100%.
Waz
think
is
I
like
think he
Waz a
would've.
lot. He's a good dude.
I enjoy his content.
Yeah,
But yeah, I
he's a
thought I'd
good
mention that because we were talking
Definitely,
jackpots.
definitely. Very timely for sure. No, that's the closest still, but
Ah,
I still
that's
maintain
wild.
my mindset and my outlook.
But see, that is the thing though. Like this whole time it's been on. That's the first time it's ever been 4 to hit. So it would be nice to have at least a 4, to have a smaller thing, and then like we were saying, like 3, if 3 hit, it's because 3 doesn't even hit a whole lot.
Right, and my point totally is that not that, like, that massive payout should be
But no, just
towards a
something small.
4-star. Yeah, I get that it should be a super low probability for that really
But
big
something
payout,
for
and that
people to
is
buy, and yeah.
exactly. It just however, because the probability is so tiny, there's, like, you're not gonna get people to put a bunch of money in it.
Well, and people would put more decks in too if there was more, like, different prizes as well. There'd be people that go and put, like would be buying more cards because they wanna have, the ability for more, and it would also put more eyes on jackpot. Because like, even myself, and I'm on the team, I forget about the jackpot a lot, right? Like,
Yeah, the truth is it's an odd like, I really enjoy the concept. I like the concept of the game mode. It just even Powerball has lower payout winners
Mhm.
instead of just the grand prize. But,
Yeah,
we'll see.
I
We'll
like
see if
it. I love it.
they agree.
I want some more of it.
Yeah, those 2 stars are pretty bad.
Yeah, and of course, KNV has the highest upside, but it's been a while since he's actually
A&V
performed.
hasn't been dude, Ultra is the one I keep leaning toward, Ultra, and, but dude, Not So Fat Not So Fast, I always thought it was Not So Fat, Not So Fast is,
Yeah.
1, I like him because he's a parallel, big parallel guy, but he also, like, he can put bangers out sometimes, man. So Not So Fast, Apex, and, you just flipped him, I can't remember his name now, Ultra. Ultra are the 3 I've been going for.
Yeah, no, and that's fair. I think for me, the one thing I would check to see if Jay is on private or not before it goes live,
Ye
but that might be my pick just because when he is and at least he has something on the board, which means he's not like AWOL and he's somewhat active. I think maybe the most realistic for me to win. That's probably who I would choose, but I would have to check. I haven't looked at Ultra as a realistic option in
I
a while,
agree.
so I haven't tracked like if they're coming back or not.
Yeah, I like Ultra as a pick. J and Ultra, I think are the 2 I'll probably go there. KNV did post last few days one time, but it wasn't really that, it didn't go viral or anything, right? But yeah, I think those 3 maybe like King of the Hill. I've only like last week I forgot about it completely, and I only did 2 entries. But yeah, I think between Ultra and J, I'll probably lean towards on King of the Hill.
Yeah, fair. And I actually just used another screen to look up Ultra, just in terms of recent tournaments, and even towards the end of December, actually had two tournaments either up above or close to that top 25. So that's better than I was expecting.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stick with Jay for the moment for myself. How about 3 stars? Who's on your radar?
Ooh, 3 is tough.
Last week was dude, 3 stars have been banging the last few weeks, man. Like,
Yeah.
I
they
think.
really have.
Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to actually. I thought that there was 2 really big options, and one in particular that I'm definitely choosing.
Davis.
Carbon. Yeah, Davis is absolutely my top choice, if provided I haven't overlooked something in terms of inactivity or
You
something.
definitely
Oh
overlooked
yeah,
something.
yeah, you've overlooked that.
Zagabond is gonna hit. I'm just said some random 3-star.
No.
I'm
You've
smart.
overlooked the fact that he's been pretty inactive the last few weeks, right?
Who has Davis? Is he
uh,
worth picking up?
Carbon,
Because like I'm looking at him right now, and I'm thinking about picking him up, but I really don't like spending. I spend like I was telling you guys. Oh, shut up. But no, like there's not even of him listed at common right now.
He's
Well-
done 4 or 5 posts in the
Why
last
can't I
few
find him?
few
Is he a
few
3-star?
days.
I
And
would.
it's just nowhere near his normal frequency of posting where he hits a good score basically.
But
No,
dude, look at this.
that's totally fair. I'm still bullish on picking him as the top 3-star and will put him in competitive decks. I'm okay
Oh,
with
for
him.
sure.
Like obviously this isn't his normal performance, but at least he's active. And I guess what I mean overlooking something in terms of inactivity, meaning like he posted
All
that
right.
he's
Okay.
gone for the month. And
All right. Fair enough.
to me, the upside here, and I think in general, like even looking at, you know, the 7 day, he's generally up there. I would rather take the chance that he gets back and does something, especially when the market's active like this. I think there's a higher probability that he'll come back with something.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that pick. I think I'm leaning towards more Fapital. And I think that's just
Yeah,
because
I like
he's
Fapital
active.
because he's the only one I have.
And the market's just not great
Is
right
there
now.
no
And
Davises listed? Because when I search Davis, nothing's coming up.
yeah. It might not
Came
be.
back.
I actually don't know.
Like,
No,
Oh,
there
let's
is.
see.
There is.
Yeah,
There is a
yeah.
few
There's
listed.
there's
look,
actually
see,
quite a
if you look
few.
at his, but then look at mine. I have Davis, just no other things. I have Davis. It says no cards.
Oh, you have to type in
Car-
Carbon.
look
Carbon.
up Carbon.
Oh,
Yeah, he
Carbon.
changes.
I'm dumb.
No, with a K. With a K.
Carbon with the K.
Show me your puppy.
Not carbon dioxide, just K. Carbon with a K.
All right,
Uh,
he is here. All right, go back and play. I love you.
but yeah, so
I
so
just
you
wanted to be on
said
stream for a minute.
Fapital was your top choice?
Yeah, I'm just thinking more banger potential, right? And I think sometimes he just drops like a one liner and it just runs right. I think I'm leaning towards that way. I think Vo might have a good tournament. I'm in her card holder chat. She was pretty active in the last two like messages or something, so maybe Vo is a decent option. She did have that one good tournament recently. Let me find it on my screen. Yeah, where she came 35th. So she still has that potential, right? So I like Vo as an option as well. So Vo, Fapital, Davis.
Bandit
Mosey
had
that
usually
one-
have 3 stars.
I like
though.
Bo big time. And Fapital, and I just picked up a common. And I did put you back on stage, Crab.
Okay, gotcha.
Ooh, wow, Mosey's been quite inactive as well, so it's
Yeah.
pretty bad that.
Hey, real quick, HJ, because I was thinking it, so I'm sure everyone else is thinking it too. Because we kind of have become dependent on you. Who are the inactives this week? Like for
Inactives.
private.
All right, okay. It's Picks on Chain. He's kind of left, but he's on private. Shoku, Stoic, Savage is back on
Oh,
private.
Shoku.
because-
Okay, that's one I was not aware of.
Yeah, but I don't think he's active anyway, so it's
Okay.
not like we're missing out there much. But otherwise, there's not really any other ones I've caught my eye. Like Rectober's another one that I usually check, but he's not on private, so he's fine. So yeah, I think the main one there to point out is Stoic Savage, because he had that run where he was not off private for a short while, right? And he was scoring well, right, off private.
He's been
But now he's-
consistent
Who
like
was that?
7-star.
Yeah, now
Stoic
he's Stoic Savage,
One
yeah.
more time. Stoic, yeah.
Stoic Savage, yeah.
So he is on private again. Damn it, I
yeah.
have him, and I was actually going to use him
Yeah.
this week. See, this is why I'm very reliant.
That's why
on
we have
your.
that's why we have HK.
Thank
Yeah.
We need you, HK.
But I think
Well, I need both of you actually. So
I think last week he actually came off on private like at the start of the tournament, because I might have missed it. I don't know about you guys, but as soon as the tournament started, I checked his score and I was like, why is he dropping? So I looked and he's on private. So I think I and a
we
few
put
others
it on
probably,
private during the tournament.
I think possibly, yeah. I think the tournament started and he just went on private straight away or something like that.
Maybe
so,
some of the Fantardios were being little buttheads.
Yeah, I try to not engage with them sort of heroes at all. Like even in the
I
comments,
don't
like
either.
anything that would put them off to go back private, I would
Yeah.
never go.
Well, see, I'm bad
like-
about. Or go ahead.
No, go for it. I stopped.
Oh, so one thing, and this is kind of like one of the cross to bear, and please don't hit me with stones, everybody. But one like thing, and it's been this way since the very beginning of fantasy. I am horrible about like working for my tournament bags. Like I don't retweet. Like I'm really weird about my page, so I don't retweet really anything unless I quote retweet it, and I don't even do that very much. And commenting, like I'm like a reverse reply guy. Like I reply guide for a little bit to help get my to get monetization or whatever, and then I was chasing that for a while, but then I kind of quit. But yeah, so like I don't work for my fantasy bags much. Like I post on
I
like
think
Easy and Waz and RWLK, like the ones that like I would be in following anyways. And I'm really weird about like my follower to following ratio. So I keep my how many I'm following below 1,000. To like to have a 3-to-1 follower to following ratio for the algo. And yeah, dude. So those are just some random facts that I just like. 'Cause I feel bad not working for them sometimes, but like I think I need to get better at that as well.
I think that's normal. I think initially when fantasy started out, like there's that thing where the people that played the hero would literally put the comment section, but the views and everything and all that stuff, right? I think that it's a bit more organic when you just like I'm not gonna I'm not gonna go out there and engage in all the 100 heroes I have, right?
Yeah.
just so one of my decks does well. I think ultimately if your hero hits a banger, like your one comment or view won't change anything, right? Like I think of it that way, and ultimately I think that's what makes the difference, right? If they hit a good post. Were you gonna say something there, Cobb?
Oh, I'm just of the similar mindset. I mean, I guess it's a combination. I don't really work for my bags either, but I just interact normally with who I would, and yeah, and I agree. I don't think it's not like I think my interaction is going to boost these people who are much more content oriented than myself. So I yeah, I don't think that
Yeah.
I'm gonna like the game changer there.
I do think that the 4-star range has a lot more options. Where I think the tournaments can be won and lost, right? Because well, not lost, but well, at least first, right? Just because there's a lot of heroes here that are actually active that could do well. Now, Orangey comes to mind because he's invested quite a bit on the. I don't know if you guys heard of the malt bot and all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
So
I
yeah, so
spent a
that's
lot of this last week getting set up and working on that.
yeah. So Orangey actually invested in malt coin at a
Oh,
decent
okay.
price and probably made a big bag on it. So he's quite active in the trenches, even though the BTC is down. Merple obviously has the viral potential, but he's kind of done it after the tournament. Who else is there? Hart obviously has the potential. Serp is a good one, especially with all this AI stuff happening. I think
Well, and
Serp's always been.
he's the whole and dude, the vote. I'm talking about SERP, the vote. I'm dumb. I'm so dumb. Crab, you were a goat for telling us about it. I forgot to do it.
I
Oh,
reminded you like yesterday.
I did it.
I literally tried to do it the other day. Or like, and it said it's too late. Like I literally tried doing it yesterday, and it said your time, or yesterday or the day
Oh,
before. It's like your time's up. You can't do it. And I was
oh,
like,
bummer.
"No."
I'm sorry,
So
dude.
what happens? Did I lose all my XP?
I don't think you lose all of your XP. I think you lose like half of it or something like that.
Ah!
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, half. It goes down 50%.
That's a punch in the nuts.
It gave me the warning message when I did it. I said if I'm gonna do it. So I asked
And
Crab
of course, I was super busy this week too, and it was on my board, like one of the top things on my board. And I just wasn't in my office like at all this week to even look
Oh.
at my board.
I'm sorry, that's frustrating, man. Especially, I know I'm sure you have like a decent score and stuff as well. Just given, I feel like you've done a decent amount on
I still need to
on Ethos.
freaking do I need to get on there and write a pretty message about Crab, which is I'll get and put on the board right now.
Oh, that's so sweet.
that I'm definitely gonna do. I've got liquidity on base as well, so I'm gonna do that as well.
Appreciate you
But
guys.
I made sure I did the XP thing because I knew there was a deadline for that, right? And I was like, okay, I need to get this done.
What did
Yeah.
you do? Did you do the NFT or the?
Yeah, I did
Oh,
NFT.
did you?
So like,
Oh,
I
yeah.
asked Crab what the NFT number was, right?
I'm so dumb for not doing it.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that there was anything linked with the NFT number or something like that. I didn't realize that you
I think
earn
I did it wrong. Like I think I could have just searched your name instead of knowing. I thought you had to put an NFT number in. So I asked for your
Oh,
NFT number.
gotcha.
I could have just wrote Crab basically instead and allocated that way. But yeah, I thought I was looking for your NFT number basically, and I ended up
Gotcha.
inputting that. Yeah.
I'm actually because what I did was I staked with other people, and I did this like a while ago, and I even checked on a couple of days like before the deadline, and it was all my selections were made. I logged in yesterday, and I still lost half my experience. So I don't know if that was expected or it didn't log. I mean, I'm assuming that everything worked as intended on their side, but I really do not know where that came from and have to do the research. But I've been active. I've been like pretty consistent with reward. Like I even got you guys a couple weeks ago, and I yeah, I don't know why I'm being punished, but I need to check into it.
Yeah, so Sup, just make up for it in the tournament for us. But yeah, no, I think Sup's a good option. Mega ETH, mainnet next week, right? I'm pretty sure.
Yes, or was it
yes,
this week
yeah.
even? Oh, was it the 8th? Or I have to double
No,
check.
no, I thought of it as the 9th of February, not the 2nd of September, something like that. Because I remember I got the date wrong because it was an American format. And I was thinking it can't be that far out, right? Like it can't be in September. But second,
I think you're right.
Yeah. It's the 9th of February, so it's not next week; it's the week after. So that's some alpha for the following week. But maybe
What day
build
does
up
that hit
towards
on?
next
Monday.
Yeah. So
Wait, what I miss? What I miss?
Oh, we were just talking about Mega ETH and that they're going live next Monday. So
not
in terms
tomorrow,
of
but the following
think
one.
Dude, are either I heard one of you guys say Claude or something, or maybe it was my YouTube video that accidentally started playing. But are either you guys running ClaudeBot? Because like what's crazy is my it's called OpenClaw now, but
No,
my
no,
mother-in-law.
yeah,
Well, go ahead.
I mentioned Maltball and all that stuff to Crab because
yeah.
RNG, because a few of the meme coins run, and I was just saying RNG obviously was quite active in the trenches for that stuff. So yeah.
Yeah. Are you either guys running OpenClaw yet?
I am, yeah. I set it up 2 days ago, and I spent like the last 2 days just getting set up and pretty much just trying to onboard it with as much info and detail and just insight into
Sweet.
my processes. And
Because
stuff
I'm gonna have to pick your brain out because my mother-in-law, I was gonna buy a mini PC instead of having a Mac Mini because like one, I'm not an Apple guy, and it's way cheaper that way. But then my mother-in-law was like, "Well, don't do that. I have a bunch of laptops that I forgot about," and she has legit 12 like elite books, like, and these things are like souped up, man. Like the one, like literally, like because I'm trying to mess with them now. Like there's 4 of them on my desk. Where's the camera at? There's like 4 of these things on my desk right now.
Wow.
And then like, and they're not just elite books, but there's this thing too. Like it's a decent one, but it's got like they all have at least 1 terabyte of SSD, at least 32 gigabytes of RAM. And
you're gonna have some swarms in no time.
Well, yeah, and that's what like the thing is, and like my wife's like, set one up for me. I'm gonna have it help me with photography. And I was like, okay, my mother-in-law wants me to set up one up for her, but she's like, yeah, take them all. I was like, no, let me start with 3. And then the next day, my wife came home with 3. And then today she texted me, she's like, hey, I got 3 more I need you to come pick up. And I was like,
that's awesome. Like, I mean, the one thing, so I think that it seems workable, and I'm not like the expert here, so don't like hold me to anything or correct me if I'm wrong. I think because the one thing I think about is just making sure you're putting it in a situation where like you can keep it open all the time, because it's something that you want to be able to run overnight and that you want to be able to text anytime, even when you're out, etc. So that it can work for you. Which I think that the one benefit of like the Mac Mini or something like a smaller device like that is running. It's always running, and you don't have to worry about open and closed like the
yeah. See, those are settings. I was talking to Grok, and which, because even though I pay for Claude, I have them literally written up here so I don't forget. So I don't actually double subscribe, because I've done that in the past with things. So like I have Cursor, Claude, ChatGPT, and then Google AI Pro. I'm subscribed to all those, and then also we have Grok clearly, and that's the most expensive one because of what we all get with it's like $50 a month or whatever it is now. But so I end up using Grok actually because I'm always on X anyways. I asked him and he gave me the list of what all I need to do. And so like at night, I've been testing it before I get the Claude or OpenAI going or whatever it's called. OpenClaw. Yeah. I'm testing to make sure. So I had 3 of them on here yesterday. I had them all plugged in and I had the settings right. And yeah, they run nonstop. They don't slow down or nothing. The only downside is they run like the 2021 models of the like 10th to 12th gen, Intel. They range from Intel i3 all the way to, which that's a 12th gen, but the rest of them run like i5s, i7s, but from 2021, 2022. But like everything I've researched, they said that's plenty good. The processor is good, especially with like RAM. SDS and graphics card. Like literally, these were all they're from a friend of hers that she bought them. She was gonna give them to the grandkids, which she ended up just buying them different ones anyways because she felt like I don't know why she like spoils the crap out of the grandkids. But yeah, man. Oh yeah, I went way off topic there. Sorry. But I think Legendary is gonna do good again this week. Speaking of Open Claw, because I think that's still running, and he's even after the tournament, he hit a banger.
So the one,
Yes.
yeah, I agree. Probably what star level is Legendary this
8.
week?
So
8.
he's
Okay,
going-
so
he's
that's
going to
the risk
bronze,
though.
silver, but
So yeah, I do agree he can keep moving, but is he worth the 8-star instead of playing someone like
no,
like Greg or
Star.
Naive or Adam? Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't think so at all.
Same with Sammy, actually, probably in a very similar lens. I think they went from low, mid star options last week, and then with this trend, popped to 8 stars. We're a great choice last week, but I will absolutely I'll play them in decks, but they're probably not going to be the most optimized ones.
Oh yeah,
I
exactly.
agree.
Especially because that's why I'm in like an awkward position with Legendary because I bought so many of them last week. And I know HK has a bunch of comments too. So I was gonna ask him and both of you, like, what are you guys doing with yours? I'm just gonna throw mine in like platinum or not platinum. Yeah, platinum he can go into. I was gonna throw him in platinum with some random low start rares I have and I can't fit anywhere else. Or I might just bench a few of him. What do you guys think?
I mean, I think both options can make sense just depending on what you what you have.
Surely you play them in Diamond, right? Like if they're 8 stars,
Diamond, that's what it is, not plat.
you can't fit them into Silver because obviously as an 8-star they're not as optimal as Adam Cochran and a few of the others, right? What Carb mentioned. I do think I'm just gonna slot them all into farming in Platinum and farming in Diamond, right? And then hopefully the next following week they might drop down to a 7 or even a 6, right? So I actually think they're quite playable in the current meta at 5 and 6, whereas previously they weren't, right? So I think those two are good ones. I think Gout's another one that's just continuing the memes, the cloud memes. I think he's another one that's kind of good for that meta. But again, yeah, he's an 8-star. He's probably an 8-star probably could be more dependable, I guess. Given that he can possibly, just hit millions of views.
Yeah, and he has been because we even talked about not Carbon. We even talked about him a little bit last week in terms of his comeback arc, and so even let's look at these recent tournaments. So let's see, 15th, 3rd, 5th, 9th. That's pretty dang good for the last 5 tournaments. Like that's somebody that I would actually feel more confident in playing as an 8-star relative to the other two.
Yeah, I agree. I think if you go back on 4s, I think what were those 1 or 2 ones I wanted to call out again. I think if you stroll down, I think there was a few at the bottom that I haven't really. So like Franklin's one that I wanted to mention because last week I think he came like top 90 or something, right? He's obviously posting under comments. Strategy doesn't work anymore, so
is he still using that?
I think he does it anyways because he's farming that Tweem. I don't know if you've heard of Tweem.
It's yeah,
that thing where
that's
you kind
still
of
a thing.
I don't know, but he comments it a lot. Like I see it all the time with Franklin, but I think he's one of the highest ranked farmers or something. But I don't know.
Franklin's always been like that. Whatever he goes for, like when he goes for something, he really, really goes for it.
Well, one thing
his engagement's not that good. Like generally, it's not good.
One thing
I don't. Go on.
One thing I was going to flag with him though is he didn't perform. I remember wanting to take a chance on him, and I don't regret that at all. But at the same time, I think it's zooming in. So I think we do have a little bit more information this week, but also on the 24-hour chart, because the tournament ran through the 29th, I believe, or was it the 28th? And then he hit a much bigger one towards the end. So his upside, is there a little bit. But he just didn't. I don't think this actually fell into the tournament. Is the tough part.
So what date did he hit that good post. What date was it?
Let's see. Let's see, the 28th here and 29th. He had a couple in a row
Right.
that were on the higher
29th.
end.
So I'm just gonna have a look at that now because I kind of feel like why I think it's the case. 1 second. Not that one.
In his 24 hours, I see that he
29th.
hit on the
29th
29th, he hit
Thursday.
around 7:30, something like that.
On the 29th. Yeah, 29th would have been Thursday. So maybe 7:30 would have been post tournament, but on the 28th, that post could have been in tournament. Were you going to say
I
that
see.
maybe his strategy was potentially nerfed in the tournament because of that? It mattered.
Yeah, I was
given
gonna
that
say
it
that,
was
but
out of bounds.
yeah, correct. I was gonna say that,
That
but
makes
I've noticed it
Yeah.
was related to sports, his posts, and yeah, it doesn't seem like it was he had any sort of commenting and stuff like that. So you're right. I mean, I think he can be a good option, but a lot of his posts are NBA highlights, so it's very like out of crypto,
Yeah.
CT, right? So it's just the Lakers highlights and stuff like that. So yeah, no, like I said, I mean, it probably makes me want to consider him a bit more than I was gonna, to be honest. So yeah, good call out there.
I was going to say, I think that you made a really good point though, too. So, but and to be honest though, 4 is stacked though. I don't think that one is 4 stars this week might sound a little better than 6 last week, but also we know more information. And look, we're also looking at, we have Guart. We already talked about Hart. We haven't talked about Jamsey yet, but I think that Jamsey seems to be incredibly consistent and with some
He is.
decent,
I like him.
700-800 point upside. And I think the probabilities of that is decent as well. So
What do you guys think of? Wait, never mind. We're not to 6s yet. I'll shut up. No, I like Jamsey a lot. He goes into a lot of my, a lot of my decks because he's one of those ones where, like, remember back in the golden age of fantasy, back when like Blast days, when me and DCF were like the must-haves for like consistency. Like Jamsey is like a supercharged version of them, I feel like.
And especially when it comes to farming decks and at a 4-star, like I
Yep.
feel like you can slot him into so many different ones and you can be in the money with that gives you the
Definitely.
chance to be in the money on a lot of them.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
I agree.
who would you say is the best 4-star this week? I picked up a couple
Orangey.
newsies.
Orangey.
Actually,
Orangey's a 4-star.
Yeah. I think Orangey.
Why? I think I need to quit doing this thing where I list people, like that.
Don't tell me
I
you
need to
sold to
quit
me.
I didn't even. Did I?
I'm just checking now because I bought a few last few days, right? Just bidding, right? But yeah. Yours was bought by. I'm having a look now. Actually, wait. I can't even see it on the thing. So I don't know. I don't think yours sold actually. I can't see your PFP on the sellers.
Pull it real quick.
Good. Maybe it didn't sell.
You might need that this week for any competitive deck. Oh, it's
Maybe I didn't sell mine.
when Tom sweeps, HK already did his sweeping.
Yeah, no, I think the best one, like if you just look at purely on paper, it has to be Orangey, right? I do think Newsy is a decent option.
Yeah.
Like I'd play him in a few good decks actually. And then obviously you got down to like guys like Pentoshi, who's kind of been half a fake at the moment. Adam Holland, those sort of heroes I don't see in this current market how they. I mean, any hero could go viral, right? But like just based on recent sort of stats and stuff, and I think the ones that stand out, Orangey, Andy's one that I'd just throw out there just because of the AI stuff going on.
Andy, which Andy? The good.
This Andy, I think.
Let me see.
That one, yeah.
Oh, that Andy, yeah.
Also, I think that this is a decent level of consistency in the mid range. Again, he's never in like my top decks, but in farming decks I do tend to play him a decent amount in those middle ones.
Yeah. Ideally, I just favor Heart and Orangey this week, just because Heart's a shit poster, so it's just like anything goes viral, right? With those sort of posters. Whereas I think a lot of the other heroes are more reliant on events and other things happening. Like Wei Wu's one that you'd probably want to consider, right? Just because she can go off as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we covered 4 very well. I think we have to cover 5 just because of the. I think 5 has a lot of good options this week. Like it's pretty stacked. The way I see it,
Yeah,
and I
and then
feel
after
like
5, I have a question about a couple sixes too. We don't have to go over
Yeah,
the
yeah.
whole sixes, but I have a couple questions.
for sure, yeah. Crab, any ones that stand out to you on the 5s?
I mean, I think Nick is always one of the ones that I think Nick and Thread Guy were the ones that popped out to me the most. Nick seems like the highest upside in terms of being able to do that, hit that top 5. Nyrelf is also relatively consistent and in that I would say top middle range or high end of the middle range, just below kind of the top range. Thread Guy kind of can fluctuate between the two as well. But Nick is probably my top choice in the King of the Hill version. I think Rasmer's always a good option. I just think recently hasn't had that same level. Yeah, so if you look back to tournament, I remember he used to be up here a lot more and is just, you can see that downtrend as of late, which you see, which you can't really catch in the recent tournament chart.
Got it. No, that's a good point. I think in tournaments he's not done that well, but outside of tournaments, I've always noticed he always hits a good post. I think a few to point out was. Did you mention Taiki? I don't know if you did.
I did not. No.
So yeah. The thing out with Taiki is he's basically called a short player that played out perfectly, right? I don't know if you guys know who Tom Lee is, the guy that was aping into ETH.
He's the one that runs the whatever.
Yeah, BitMiner, something like that it's called. He bought ETH at 2,500 and he pumped all the way to 4,700, right? It's finally retraced 100% back down to where he bought from, basically. And Taiki called this like months ago, right? Like eventually it's gonna come back down to his buying level because that's where ETH got all the buying pressure from, right? And he shorted since the top, and he's made a lot of money. All I'm saying is he'll have multiple reasons to post now. Kind of like show everyone that he was right in a way, that feeling. But I think he's a good option.
In previous weeks, we talked about him because another one of your callouts, HK, was he was short and waiting for that. Or I think we were waiting at that moment for his. I was stopped out on the, for him to get squeezed a little bit and and in his stopped out post where he pulls that long face and so I'm glad he stuck with it. I'm glad to see him making money on the trade that he's been like just trying to find the right entry and to be able to ride for a while. So good for him. Sure. And and now at least he has something on the pro side to post about.
Exactly right. And I think Nick and Thread Guy like your go-to options. Like Nyrelf's a consistent option. Evans is decent as well. And then I think Taiki is like an outside chance still. I still would say outside because he's not that consistent. But yeah, I would lean towards Nick and Thread Guy. And then outside of that, Taiki, Rasmer, Nyrelf. And then you go into the rest, right? Because, Unipix's reach hasn't been that great lately. I think you called out last week, I think.
Yeah, I even put him in some top decks, and to be honest, like in my gut, I wasn't expecting him to perform, and was more of like I hope, but just because he hasn't been in form lately at all. So he was actually my weak link in one of my like top decks, and in hindsight, yeah, probably not the best choice even at the the 4-star, but yeah, other options I think.
Let's go to 6 because I know Carp wanted to ask about a few.
I wanted to know what you guys thought about Intern, because I think like
he left Monad, yeah.
Huh?
He left Monad,
yeah. Just posted what yesterday or something.
Wait, so unemployment's bullish, right?
That's what I was thinking. Like that's the first thing I thought of. I was thinking like, doesn't that mean he's
he's not tied to things? Why do you leave Monad? Did he say why?
I think he just, he's been there for a long time. Like he probably just.
Did RWLK leave there too, or no?
No, he's still there.
Not sure. Yeah, but I think also seems to me it seemed like a huge part of his value add and stuff was helping with their launch and getting the build up. At least that's how I don't know him well enough to know if that's actually true and speak on his skill set, I guess. But it seems like maybe that was like his big push with Intern.
That's a good shout because that makes me think, does Intern bruh, like his brother, is that was he on the team too, or is he like, because he helped with that a lot too?
So yeah, I was on mute. Yeah, intern bro was an intern. I think both of them were they managing the Monad account, if I'm not wrong. I think
So did he
one of the
leave as
other,
well, or is it
one of the
just
other.
intern left?
I think it's just intern. Like I think at the end of the day, it's a paid job, right? And at some point
Yeah.
you want to move on, and it's. I mean, 9 years is a lot, man.
9 years?
I've changed my job like 4 times in 5 years. Like,
Was that really a
9.
9-year push? No.
Yeah. He said 9 years in his
Holy cow! Yeah,
post,
I think they
like,
probably worked on it before they went public with
yeah,
it, right? Like
he went.
talking about it.
I'll just confirm that now. But one thing to note, he's not verified user right now on X, so
So
there's
he
a
lost
potential
his-
that I think he lost his because he dropped the affiliate badge, and maybe the
that
spelling of.
covers your fees. Yeah.
I think he had intern and then brackets Monad Dark or something like that. I can't remember off the top of my
Wait,
head.
if he lost his if he's no longer verified and he decides not to pay for it or whatever, my camera just clicked off. My bad. I'll fix that. But he that means he's probably not going to get as many. Like the algo is not going to be as generous to him.
No,
maybe
I think it takes a few days. It takes a few days for that verified symbol to come back.
Oh
Like,
wait, yeah. 'Cause when we lost our fantasy badges, remember?
oh yeah. I think generally when
It
you
takes a
change your
couple
name or your at, right? Like if you change that or your name or even just your affiliate badge, I think it takes a
think you're
few days
right.
before it takes a few days before you go back to being verified. So maybe you want to watch before the tournament starts. But as the main question you asked in terms of like, will he post? Like him not being tied to like a company, I guess it gives him more sort of flexibility, right? Like you can just post what you want, I guess, whatever comes to mind. So
Yeah.
yeah, I do feel a bit more better than before because I always felt like because he's tied with Monad and Monad price is down only, it almost feels like it's a tough position to be in, right?
I'm
but
still holding my Monad. I think I forgot about it.
I sold as soon as I got it. Like, I'm gonna be open about it. Send your airdrops as soon as you get it because of tax.
Yeah, I just kept mine. I don't remember why.
But yeah, what do you think of Hunting Gree there? Right, 6-star, low follow account, kind of like goes off sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay.
To be honest, he's one of the accounts I haven't followed as closely. I didn't have any of his cards, so I guess I haven't had any reason to like be super keyed into him. But yeah, I don't have any unique insights. But the upside, even just looking at recent tournaments, is
I dropped
clearly
you down
there.
just really fast.
Oh, word.
Just because I forgot. I clicked this and I've been doing these in the background, but I need my boy's advice here. So I definitely went Carbon.
Heart.
Heart.
Yeah.
Heart for yeah.
I want to find a way to get this dude in because I think he's gonna do well.
I would say that that's a lot of risk to like. I think wait and
Well,
see how
yeah.
many stars you have left to play with on after choosing some mid stars.
One of these
Who are
two I'm
you-
thinking. Or do we like Beanie as a 1-star or no?
I think that might be a lot of risk to black out.
Yeah.
I mean, I think if you get to a point where you need a 1-star, that could be a risk option.
I think you have to pick a 3 here to balance it all out. And I think Bandit's been inactive lately. But I still probably go Bandit. But with Damien's, he might run on the AI stuff. But so yeah.
Also, if
the risk.
the Mega ETH launch might not be this week. However, if it is
Yeah.
in just about a week, that could mean that media starts to pick up pretty soon. So
For sure, yeah.
Fred could be an okay choice at 4 as well.
So that leaves us at 6 if I pick a 3. I'm thinking Bandit. See, Bandit kind of fell off after. Does he still work for Kaido?
Yeah,
no.
he does, right? Yeah, he does. He still does, yeah.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
I do think it's a lot of his content seems to be sponsored nowadays. Like,
he's sell out. I'm just kidding.
no, the other day I saw like a basketball.fun project, and but I think my point being is like, then he'll always have a random post about a project as part of his, like marketing, whatever he does, right? So it kind of lowers his score because they don't get good engagement.
Damien did.
And okay, and then now 6-star, right?
You know where my heart's going, but what do you guys think? There's 3 good 6 stars here. I like all 3 of them.
I'm leaning towards Jez.
Yep, that's my boy.
I only said that because of the follower count, and then also I feel with current market, like there might be a hot take or something. With
They're
Jez,
all
I think
really close too.
with
There's
Jez, I
3
think
good.
there's always like that take about whether what state the market is in, or like something along those lines.
Yep.
Yeah, I'd probably go with that.
Do we want to run and go over some? We've been going for about an hour and 10. I probably got like another 15 in
Okay.
me, and then I need to talk to you boys after the fact.
I've got
We do have some errands to run today, but yeah. Let's. Oh my! I never turned my camera back on.
I've got only a few minutes. I've only got a
Okay.
few minutes. Like max 5. So like,
Okay, yeah.
what we could do
Let
is
me
possibly
take me down and put
discuss.
else up.
Crab could discuss, I
Crab's
think, his
back up.
decks.
Okay, sure.
Because I've
I
kind of
haven't-
like overlaid who I think is going to be my like optimal
Yeah.
options anyway. So, Crab, if you just go through a few of your platinum and gold, I think that'd be good.
Sure. All right. So platinum here, I'm going to start with my legendaries. To me, I think Fapital represents probably the most upside, especially per star level there. That's who I might start with. If I'm looking for consistency, I might go Simon. But yeah, I'm going to shoot for the stars there.
Nice.
Let's see. I'm going to see if I can fit Adam in here. I unfortunately do not. Let me see. I should have.
Can you zoom in a bit, just a bit?
Oh, yep. Sorry. I
Just...
thought I had a rare of Orangi, which might be necessary to compete here, but apparently I'm wrong. So let's see. I'm gonna look for I do have a carbon epic, so I'm gonna.
Nice.
So let's see. I have 13 stars left for 2.
13
So-
stars. I like Mert at 7. Yeah, Mert at 7 comes out, stands out, and then 6. Ooh, who did you say?
Oh,
Han.
I don't have him as a 6.
Oh, you know what? If you had a rare Orangey, I think it would have been perfect here.
Well, with a rare Orangi, because that's a 4-star. Let me put a placeholder there just for temper and see like if he's worth buying. Then I'd have actually 2 extra stars to work with.
Yeah, because then I was thinking is if you take Darius out and you'd put like in a thread guy or someone. I think do you have a thread guy?
I do, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But I guess this is if you want to really go for it with your platinum, because I know you're always in the 2 minds, right? Like, do you go for it in gold, or do you go for it in platinum? And I think with platinum, the risk is, what if the legendary doesn't do as well as those that have Cochrane, Adam Cochrane, legendaries and stuff. So
And
it's
that's
that
the reality.
balance,
Like
yeah.
even last week, I think I think I had the above average deck for me, and I think it still kept me as like a 10-star. And to be honest, I think I could have done a little bit better, but the reality was it wasn't going to be a top couple deck given what I had to offer. So yeah, let's try gold real quick. All right. I'm gonna start with carbon here, especially given the 2-star difference.
Nice.
I mean, to be honest, I don't have a carbon rare, but that might actually, in an ideal deck, be better to go carbon with the rare as opposed to.
Yeah. Then you've got Heart probably could go
Heart.
in some deck, I guess. But got Razmat at 5-star. I guess he's trending at the moment. I said thread guy at 5, surely, right? Up. Third row. There we go. Do you have a Nick? I don't think I've seen a Nick anywhere.
I do not. No.
Oh,
I know
okay.
some of this week's better ones I'm not equipped for.
Yeah, and to be honest, like, I mean, Nick's good, but he hasn't been like top 10 lately, anyways. So it doesn't mean.
How dare you talk about my Nick that way?
He does a lot of those. What do you call it? Like, he just does a video where he kind of breaks down what's happening right
Yeah,
now.
he's like, the crypto market is cooked.
Literally that.
And his pause before he's like, today in crypto. Like, it's hilarious.
Yeah. Okay.
I actually thought about doing like a daily, like on my drive to like carpentry stuff in the morning. like just doing something
Have
like
you-
that. But then I was like, there's nothing really to talk about a whole lot right now with the. But
Yeah, the market's
eventually,
pretty tough
I
at the
might
moment.
do like a 1 minute thing on just like whatever I'm thinking about. Because I do need to start ramping up. Like you made a good point, HK. Like you're like, I haven't seen you really on the timeline, which it was a busy week, but I do need to start getting on the timeline more.
And
Yeah,
those little bits of video content actually can do quite well. I think Carpenter, you even mentioned that like stats were actually going up given him doing those little shorts a little bit more.
Okay, perfect.
100%. I think you need to look at your 3 and below options here. So if you just
Yeah, you
go on
might
the
be right.
stars and then go 3 below, because I can't really see any of them, and it's hard to like figure out what that leaves you with. But okay, DB, Fapital,
There's Mosey over here.
Mosey. I feel like someone's gonna go off in this list, but it's hard to like clearly think who's gonna be the one. But um,
I might
I'm
go.
leaning towards Fapital just because I feel he'll post and has potential to do well. And then you obviously go high star after that, right? Like a 6-6,
Yeah.
sorry, 7-7, or dip 7. Wow, yeah, dip at 7 and RWLK. I kind of want to lean towards that combination.
I was overlooking dip there, but I definitely wanted to do RWLK.
Who are you gonna go for instead of dip?
Oh no, I hadn't decided
right.
that. RWLK I was ready to select, but I had
Okay.
I just forgot I had dip there. I like that. I think that's a good combo for some upside. I actually wish that I could do like an epic dip or RWLK and swap for like a rare carbon to make this a little more effective. But
yeah, for sure. Because I guess the ceiling relies on 2 3-stars, right? It's not the most ideal scenario for your deck, especially when the both have like I think Fapitas has been decently active, as in like every day posting. Davis has posted a few times, not as compared to as he usually does. So yeah, we'll see. I mean, surely he'll start posting again, but I guess the market's kind of like that right now because it's like we just don't know which hero has lost money or like like with the DCF situation or Beanie situation, like you just don't know, right?
Yeah, and if I'm being honest
Ilo's
with
another
myself
one,
and
right,
how
who hasn't been active for 4 weeks, so
yeah, also true.
go for it.
I was just gonna say, if I'm being honest with myself and looking at this deck selection, I think that this is missing some critical pieces to really be a top deck, which I think Orangi probably has to be in here, and Carbon I would put in here, but maybe as the rare, like I mentioned already. I think there are some moving parts. I think he can be competitive, but it's just not quite there. I will play, and I might look at the market as well, but we'll see.
Yeah, I think that orangey piece, like I just think he'll get like 600 points at least, and I feel like when a 4-star is going to get you at least that, and potential to score higher, I think you feel good about your deck, right? Whereas when it's a hero that's been kind of 50-50 recently, I think it's harder to be like confident, especially when you got like good epics and rares in that deck. So
that's true,
yeah, I guess
and maybe
one
to your point, what I just have to do is accept that I'm taking a little bit higher risk because I don't have those locked in key ones, but just optimize for upside in case,
for sure,
as opposed to playing it safe. And that's really my better shot.
For sure. Yeah. And I think I'm going to do something similar in silver, right? Like I feel orange will probably be a few of my top decks, but there's a world where, a lot of those 3-stars, like last week, like we did think that Shaloms and Hugo, all these heroes are going to do well, right? So I think when Mosey did get that top 10 performance, the prior week he didn't do that well. So it's like he can just pop out of nowhere and do well, right? So I think that you always have to aim. Like if you are playing Mosey, like I still think I'm gonna be playing like in a competitive silver deck. But that orangey probably stands out a bit more. Heart and a few of those 5-stars like Thread Guy, Nick. I think I'm leaning towards that way in terms of optimizing. But yeah, we'll see. It'll probably be another like unexpected tournament where someone that we haven't even mentioned in the stream, right? That just does
always
a top 10.
Always.
Like
yep.
If there's one thing we can
top
count
10,
on,
right?
it's that.
I think one.
No, go ahead. I think
I
our
was just
the
looking at my
timing is off.
inventory,
The
and one I
audio.
will have to mention is. Oh, is it okay? Is it better now?
Yep, you're good.
Okay, I'll just speak. It might be a bit delayed, but I think with the base has seen a lot of volume lately, and a lot of the AI stuff is kind of going off. I think Jesse probably is a good option at 6, just because whilst the market is trending down, there has been a lot of AI agents and stuff like that doing well on base. So I think consider
Yeah,
Jesse
OpenClaw's doing a
possible.
bunch of stuff on base.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course I don't have a Jesse. My wife does.
And do you want to do any silver decks, HK or Carp, or
I'm
I know
running a
HK
bit.
said he had to bounce.
Yeah, I'm running a bit
Um,
late here, just because it's.
alrighty.
So we could probably wrap it there. I need to talk to you guys on the back end about some non-fantasy stuff.
Okay,
But
sounds good.
yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Again, let me get to the right page here. Okay, yeah, we ran for about 1:20, so a little longer than normal. Well, actually, we always run about 1/3, 1:30 anymore. But yeah, and for the normal, we were about 15 minutes late. So again, on par. Thank you guys so much. We'll be back next week, same place, same time, same faces. Might change the facial hair again. I don't know. The wife hasn't seen my tombstone mustache and soul patch yet, so she'll probably make me shave it. She don't like it very much when I do this, but yeah, we'll see you guys on the next one. Crab, HK, you guys are goated as always.
Great chatting with you guys. Good luck, everyone.
Good luck.
Bye.